It is a beautiful November morning on the farm here. It is my pleasure to welcome you back. How's everybody doing today? Between the episodes there, we ended up buying ourselves a nice little cultivator. And did I miss my turn already? I don't think I did. But I'll show you why, because we were doing some cultivating missions, ladies and gentlemen. We spent $9,500 on the cultivator. We already used the weeder to make $2,000 there. But I figured if I can make, we got 3,200 bucks right here. So I figured we could pay off a third of a brand new piece of equipment just with a couple contracts. And I thought that would make perfect sense because we also need to get out over here and get our own field at least cultivated. And our field's actually in the second row here, so I don't need to turn just yet. I don't need to turn in there just yet. You know what I'm saying? But either way, there is this big tedder, so if we want to do hay, we could pick that up on the sale, but I was thinking about it, and it doesn't seem like it's worth. And then there's also a subsoiler. I don't think the subsoiler is going to be worth it for us either. And that's okay, because I'm not a grape fan. Plus, they tried to rebalance the grapes very recently, and they basically made it so if you turn your grapes into grape juice, you actually lose more money than if you would have just sold the grapes. So they're still working on balancing those, and I don't feel the need to try to take advantage of that situation, I guess is what I'm trying to say there. But yeah, no, we are here at our field. Look at this thing. It desperately needs our love, and because I was already running this thing, we can just kind of like put these leaves and stuff under here. I'm so excited about this. I've been waiting to do this with our field for a while. Plus, look at how dirty our tractor got. It did rain a little bit, so some of the muck, I don't know if that actually comes off the tractor or not. Now that I think about it, I should have watched closer. That would have been a really good idea. But either way, I'm hoping to get this taken care of, and then we can, we won't have to do this again. We can just pull the massive weeder over here, make 2.5 passes, and then we could just plant it time come planting season. I was thinking about the planter too, and I really didn't come up with any great ideas. So I think what we're going to do here is just kind of get this thing finished up, just for the sake of actually working on our own field for the second time. Now, as we work on this field, I do want to mention, I thought about it, and I think we're no longer going to be allowing ourselves to lease equipment from the shop. Unless, of course, we have no other options, but I think we will have options no matter what. Because it just it felt like it broke the spirit of the grind a little bit. Just being able to go lease whatever you want. So, we're going to be going no more leasing on this beautiful farm. Even though it is a game mechanic and we have used it in the past, it seemed a little bit, it just didn't seem like in the spirit. That being said, the golden apples and stuff, I'm not against those because it seems like we've kind of found the ones that are obvious. So I think they'll just be kind of nice, nice little spurts of cash that maybe we don't expect. So no, either way, I'm gonna make the last passes on this field here. We've only got to go down and back 2 more times collectively. So this will be pretty quick. I'm just gonna get this done, and I will see you guys back at the farm. Man, that looks so good. It feels so good to be back at the farm, finally. It really does feel good to be back here. I love this place. Our shed is a complete mess, though. We're going to leave this out. We're going to end up probably reorganizing this at some point today, because it is a mess, and we don't need to add to that mess. We'll park on top of the infinite snow. Yes. Perfect. All right, with that taken care of, I need to figure out exactly what we're going to be up to here. The greenhouse is running down to 9,000 liters of water, so that's going to be coming due very, very soon. Not only that, but we still have all of these parsnips here. We got to figure out what we're going to do with those. And then the lumber mill, the sawmill, down to 2,000 liters, so we're going to have to get 2 more trees for that thing today. So, that is some very nice stuff to consider, and look at how just absolutely filthy Big Red is. You're going to get dirtier, buddy. You're going to get dirtier. Let's take a peek around. I figure while I was thinking and kind of talking out loud, we could get a little bill wrapping contract out of the way. So what I'm thinking for the farm right now is I want to try to find a way to synergize with the stuff we already have. Because we have a greenhouse that produces stuff, but it's the end of the production. we have a lumber mill that produces stuff. It's kind of one tier of production, so like the lumber mill is our best right now. I was thinking, what if we try to get that soup factory? It's like $25,000 or $30,000 on us. It'd be expensive. It would delay working on our field, but at the same time, it would also open up the avenue for making more money. One, from the parsnips we already have, and two, it would also it would just allow the greenhouse to make more money. I think that would be the more important piece. I also, oh man, I've never really liked the crab steering when it comes to these missions where you just don't have to turn tight. Ladies and gentlemen, what is the launch distance today? Let's see what we're looking at. We're going to hit the drop button, and that was fairly good. That was pretty impressive, if you ask me. Let's see how we can do here with the next one. We get right up on top of it. Hit the drop button. We're going to drive forward, and oh man, I mean, this was definitely it rolled over the grass field all the way there. I mean, that was pretty impressive right there. You have to admit, that was fairly impressive. Let's just continue our malarkey here. So I was thinking maybe we're going to invest in another way. Man, barely even cleared the field. To synergize with the stuff we already have. I mean, one, we already own the field too, so synergizing with the field would be being able to plant it. Maybe what we do... Oh, this is absolute... I wish we had enough money for that. That would be... The last thing we would need to consider planting grass would be a big, strong baler. What if, hypothetically... Hear me out. This is going to be crazy. We were to plant something I hate planting. We could plant parsnips. Or anything for that matter. I mean, 49 grand plants the parsnips. I don't like it myself, but at the same time, it might just be the ticket. If we're going to try to synergize, it might just be the way to do it. I think that was the last bale, unless the one got launched so far it doesn't... Wow, that actually got some good distance too. Gosh, look at the distance. That was amazing. So I'm trying to find ways to synergize better with what we're already doing. That cultivating mission is going to take a little bit longer than I would hope. Because we could also harvest and then just bring the rest of... Like, we could harvest these parsnips for this person right on the field next to ours. And then just deliver them. Like, we could put them into our plant, too. So I'm just very, very on the fence about it. It looks like the wood transport missions have, again, been nerfed, which is fair by all means of the word. We could look at selling the wood stuff we have produced. And just kind of seeing where that puts us. Let's do that. Let's do that. We got to continue to advance the save. I want to make sure we keep those parsnips, though. I've got a plan. I do want to try to get a production up for that. I think that would be the ticket to ride, so to speak. So let's just pull this in right here, maybe. Turn that off. Grab the John Deere with the pallet forks, of course. I do love this thing. It is just so beautiful. I think this was the perfect starting tractor for us. And I'm not even going to be dramatic about it. I think it was the perfect one. Granted, it was also the cheapest and only one we could have afforded when I was looking to buy a tractor, so it worked out fairly well. Let's just scoop under this. This could not go poorly, even if I wanted it to. I'm just going to rock in here. And we're going to drop it right yonder. Perfect. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the most important part of any scuffed operation. Use the straps to your advantage. If you get something on there and it's not in a terrible spot, go ahead and put a strap on it early. You can always take them off. It's not in a perfect spot for you, but it is so much more worth it to save your time and a little bit of headache when you don't have to deal with that kind of stuff. It would have been smart to try to get underneath this one from the other side, but I don't care. Let's see if we... I mean, this bucket is so in the way, it's outrageous. Get a little bit of height so we can see over the tree. I do believe we can just sneak this right yonder. I will say, in all fairness, this is a wood transport trailer, so it's only fair that we transport wood on it, right? I think it's only fair. Let's see if this will drive with that pallet on top of the wheel like that. Without a doubt. Where are we selling? Farmers Market for $12.38. Farmers Market it is. And that is the one just down there. Let's listen to some tunes. And the moment of truth, what are we getting today? $7,000. Whoa. I like that box there too. That's a very nice box. $7 grand? Oh my, that was not anywhere close to what I expected. I was expecting much less. Oh man, $19,000 is actually crazy. I didn't think we would be here until maybe the end of the episode. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. I'm going to take a quick moment to celebrate, and then we can continue. Wow, that is insane. Okay, I took a quick minute. $36,000 is what we would need for a preserved food factory that can deal with the parsnips and the greenhouse stuff, which would be amazing. And that also reminds me, we need to take care of getting some wood for this and some water for this. So let's just take, oh, wrong button. I hit the wrong button. So let's just grab this here tractor. We're going to grab ourselves the bale forks. We're gonna need this trailer, or not the bale forks. What? You know, sometimes I question my own sanity when I say something like that, but we need ourselves the pallet forks. We're going to leave these right here because the yard is already a mess. We know we need to clean it up. Might as well just be efficient today. Pick these up. We're going to pick up the big weight here too quick while we're here. Perfect. We are all set. All right, let's go get this deadwood collected for the sawmill. Maybe we can actually use the front loader and maybe, I don't know, yoink up like 4 trees or something and try to load them in here pretty well. But we'll see how it goes. Let's get there. Alright, and here we are. Not too much crazy stuff going on. I don't even know how many like trees there are up here, honestly. I just took on the mission because we knew we needed the lumber anyways. So we're just going to kind of go through, chop these up, and then we're just going to bring the tractor back in and scoop up like 4 of these or some. Because they're going to be all over the place. Anyways, we're just going to try to fell these in such a way where we can get at them effectively with the tractor. And hopefully get them out of the woods with the tractor. That's going to be the more important of the 2 pieces. Because they got rid of our ratchet strap cheese the last time we were playing, sadly, so we kind of actually have to approach this kind of smart. So it is what it is, but at the same time, I'm not necessarily concerned in the least. We do have the necessary means to be able to take care of our stuff. And I think that's just the bottom line. We really don't have to worry that much about it. These ones on the back side of the hill here, we are definitely not going to be able to... I mean, actually, this one's actually in a really good spot. We might be able to sneak around and like yoink this one up. I'll drop it on the road just to make sure we don't lose it. Or at least right next to the road. Yeah, that's a pretty good spot. Actually, this one is in a fairly decent location too. Upon further inspection, there's actually plenty of trees out here too. I'm really happy about this. We're gonna have our kind of our pick and choose. We'll be able to really select the ones we want to attempt to bring back. Come on, there we go. I do really love a lot of the models in this game. It feels right. You know, FS14, which was the first one that really ever got me going on the Farming Simulator series, the graphics weren't really there, and you had to pay for a planter that was bigger than the starting one. And that kind of kicked off this beautiful, beautiful thing. And I love that, you know, you still have to kind of start with the small stuff on these farms, and just kind of, you know, work your way up. So I think it's beautiful. This is definitely a good one to go for. So I'm actually going to switch over here. I love to use keyboard and mouse for this part of the process. It just, I feel like it makes it a lot easier. Maybe if I learned how to crouch on my controller, maybe it would not be as convenient. But I mean, just being able to do that is so convenient. It is irritating. So convenient, it's irritating. But now we're just going to kind of drive. We're going to choose which trees we want to yoink. And we're going to go from there, because we don't want to put more time into this than we necessarily have to. So the process for this is really easy, actually. You drive. Make sure you unfold the trailer. Let's make sure we expand. Is it right? And, oh, there it was. Yeah, it's the right. Or up. There you go, up. Perfect. And we drive up here and we get right up next to the front of this, so we don't have to do much work with the tractor. Keep the weight, lose the trailer. Swing around, and then we just literally just yeet this thing up into the trailer and continue our grind for just beautiful things. So we can just get under it like such. I didn't realize that this other tree was kind of in the way, so that's going to present a slight issue, but nothing that's going to stop us from our shenanigans, because we'll just drive around it. Just when they thought they had us. Beautiful stuff. More height, please. Gonna have to get a little bit more on that, and then just drop it in. Perfect. Perfect stuff. Lock it in 4, and we're off to grab another beautiful log. This is going to deliver much better than the previous one we had done. I think we're going to go around the back here and kind of yoink up some of those trees, because there was a lot of open area back there. Way more than I had truthfully expected. And we'll see how this behaves, because it's going to be kind of fun to drive it around back here now. Case in point, we're already stuck on a small tree. With no steering at that. Come on. I want to go that way. We are not as front heavy as maybe we need to be. This log should not be giving us this many issues, so we're going to trim it just a little bit. It's going to make our lives much easier getting through these woods. Yeah, that's going to make our lives much easier. We can actually drive. Look at that. Let's see, that one. If we can get... Oh, we'd have to get turned around though too, so we're going to wait on that one. I might be able to get spun around in here. No, that looks like it's a bad idea too. Don't worry, we'll find a spot. This does kind of seem like I'll be able to move around. Oh yeah, we'll definitely be able to move around here. Yep, so we'll leave the trailer again, right yonder. Spin up, grab this guy. We're definitely going to try to get it on the forks as best we can here. Raise it up a little bit, and let's get the limbs off this guy. This is another way you can do it. I do kind of, I vary. I do probably prefer keyboard and mouse, just because it's, you don't have to get the log up in the air to be able to do what you're trying to do. But this definitely works rather well as well. Alright, let's get this one loaded on up. Let's just get a little more height. Curl it down, try to get it into the drop zone. That actually looks really good. I like that. If I could get it off the forks in a decent manner. Doesn't look like we were able to accomplish that, which is kind of sad. But we do have ways around some of these other issues we're going to face. So you're going to notice the weight of the trailer is definitely going to be an issue. But we can actually address that slightly. If we were to, let's say, hypothetically lift the logs that are already here just up a little bit and then hit them with a strap. We'll do this one. The weight of the trailer is kind of funny and does that, so we probably are going to have to cut off that big long one, but I think I can sneak by and we can at least get another log loaded up first. So I'm just going to spend a while. I'm going to try to get some of these logs in here all worked up for our shenanigans. Well, I don't know if I'm honestly going to be able to get anything else out of this. I'm having a hard time even turning the tractor around on the road here. Just because there's just so many hills right here. I'm losing grip when I mean, it might just be because of that long one that's sitting kind of low. But I'm having some issues with it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to reset these a little bit. And maybe, just maybe, try to get the other one up there. But it's not looking that great. So I'm thinking I'm just going to try to get a little reset here on this lower log and call it good. I mean, that's probably going to behave so much better. Yeah, it's not on the ground like crazy. So yeah, let's go get these in our beautiful, beautiful sawmill and then get some water going as well. I can't help but feel like these logs are scraping because I have no control at some points. And it's just very, very difficult to drive. And I wonder, I mean, that does not look like a good way out of here. Oh, come on. Is it logs hitting? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would make sense. But now we're up in the air. This is not good. I think we're just going to take a minute. We're going to cut off this long, low one here. And see what happens to these other ones when that happens. Yeah, that one too. Let's just cut them all off even. Not my go-to, but we need to be able to drive. And this is going to like just enable us to get home infinitely faster. I say as we still do wheelies and spin out of control unexpectedly. Why? We're not even hitting anymore. Are we just too back heavy? I could definitely put the weight on the front, but then we're gonna have no tongue weight. I mean, right now we just have too much. I don't think this is an option. I think we definitely just have to go throw this thing on the front and do the thing. We have no capability of driving whatsoever. This is going to lift the back worse, but we really don't have an option here. This should at least get us where we're going. Much better, much better. We're actually kind of driving at speed, too. Impressive. See how it handles that? Like a dream. Like a dream. This might not be fun. That's a hill. Hope there's not a golden apple here, because I don't know if we're going to stop for it. That is... you've got to be... Okay, we got to get to the top of the hill. God. Honestly, I'm not really happy with myself there. Because that was just the maximum jinxing. Like, that was just the maximum jinxing I think I ever could have achieved. Okay, just leave this thing here. That's atrocious. Of all the things to say at that given point in time, it had to be this. Yep, I think it did. I think it did. Extra $5,000 though, I'm not going to complain about it. $24,400 on us. We're only 10 grand away from a potential food preservation factory. And with that, we would gain access to a lot more money for the stuff we're already producing. So that'd be very interesting. Let's just bomb down this. No way we get stuck, right? Not a chance. We're just far too experienced with the tractor world. What do you say? You know, what do you say? But let's get these delivered and finally get that water we're talking about. That's what we like to see right there. We have an extra 35,089 liters of water in this bad boy here, but we're not going to need to have this out for a beautiful chunk of time. And I'm all about that. I really, really am. Let's just park it back here. Because now the fun begins. We are only $10,000 away from getting ourselves a crazy, crazy, crazy money upgrade. And there's a $4,400 weeding mission right in front of us. This is way too good to be true. Also, we can complete that Deadwood mission too. It's another $1,200 there, which we might as well take it on because Big Red, the big aggro star, is... I mean, we've been putting this thing through the ringer. It has been absolutely amazing. Just the beautiful horsepower this thing gave us. It's been amazing because we've actually been able to start to use it. And if we're using big horsepower, we're actually making more money. In my opinion, like if you have to use a bigger thing, you should be getting paid more money. And that's kind of the way it seems right here. We got $4,500 on a massive weeding contract. I'm thinking this is going to take somewhere in the 10-minute range to finish. I could be vastly wrong with that. I really could be. I'm going to go with yes, I am vastly wrong with that. But either way, it's our equipment, so worst comes to worst, it takes me a while. The best case scenario, which I'm hoping for, is it doesn't take me that long. And it's a hearty profit. Either way, I mean, that's not really a lot of passes on this field either. We're going to actually set that to 1 headland, though. 1, please. That's so much better. This is going to be a project. I'm going to watch the time here. I can kind of tell how long it takes for a mission to complete, so basically the idea is I like to just kind of watch. So let's say we start at 5%. Here we go. Bang. So that's 1/20th of the field, and we wait till we do another 20th and we see how long it takes. So it was at 1302, now it's at 1303, 1304, and we're on a 5x time scale, which is important. So there is one more 20th, that's 5% of the field done in about 10 seconds. So 50 is going to take 100 seconds. So this is literally going to take me like 5 minutes. Because you have to count turnaround time. So yeah, this field's going to take me about 5 minutes. That's $4,000 for about 5 minutes worth of work. That is what we like to see. This weeder, I was kind of questioning whether it would pay itself off in a decent time frame, and I'm no longer questioning that at all. For that matter. I mean, we dropped 14 on it, plus the $3,000 for the one we already owned. $17,000 total, and it's going to put a... I mean, it's going to pay off a third of itself already. It already has paid off a third of itself, so it's darn near paid for itself already in 2 episodes. So if you guys are looking for a piece of equipment to purchase to help you pay off some debt with some contracts, I think weeders might be among the best in the game. They seem to be stupid effective. And I'm all for it. So sit back and enjoy a beautiful time lapse of... I'm going to just put both of these fields together because we're going to be doing weeding anyways. Might as well get them both out of the way. All things considered, that didn't take too long at all, in my honest opinion. We got $1,100 for this little tiny field, and basically 44 if we want to do some rounding between the two, and I'm all about it. I mean, it's $31,000. 31. Think about that. We are $4,000 away. We're $3,793 away from getting that beautiful preserved food factory. I, for one, really want that. I really do. For 2 reasons. One, we're going to get that little synergy going where we're going to be able to actually maybe make a little bit of money with that greenhouse. And 2, I'll be able to get my trailer cleaned off, because that small trailer is very useful if we are trying to do the mission with the skid steer. So I really want to have that thing cleaned off. It makes that mission go way faster. Of course, then we don't get to have the fun cheese of loading it onto something random. But I think it's more worth it to have the trailer cleaned off. So with that, I think what we're going to be doing is calling it right here. I'm going to get these things pressure washed in between episodes. So it'll be nice and pretty. I'm going to get the yard put away too, because it's just absolutely atrocious. It's dirty. So I will see all of you next time. Everybody have beautiful days for me. And we're going to have some fun next time. We've got so much stuff to do. So again, take care.